Selkirk Royals and Steinbach Sabres.
Enjoy the game.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen.
Good? Okay. I just stood there.
Final of the Boston Pizza 4A Volleyball Championship. The battle for the title tonight is between the #1 ranked Lord Selkirk Royals and the #3 ranked Steinbach Regional Sabres. The MHSAA acknowledges that we're gathered on Treaty 1 lands, the original territories of the Anishinaabe, Cree, Oji-Cree, Dakota, Lakota, Dene peoples, and the homeland of the Red River Métis. The MHSAA proudly acknowledges our role in the many relationships that make up our home and commits to a spirit of reconciliation for the future. Please, everyone, rise if you're able. Remove your hats for the singing of the national anthem by Sarah Cowlish of Grant Park High School. First, let's meet the Steinbach Regional Sabres. #2, Kate Penner. #3, Madison Weedgay. #4, Gabriella Peters. #11, Sydney Turen. #12, Eliza Villanueva. #13, Kelsey Craker. #14, Hazel Picklick. #15, Acacia Brown. Now, let's meet the starting lineup for the Sabres. #5, Olive Fast. #6, Sienna Dreger. #7, Grace Leclerc. #8, Isabel Vaughn. #9, Callie Andres. And #10 is Kirsten Reimer. Libero, #1, Talisa Minar. The coaching staff for the Sabres, assistant coaches Jonathan David, Mickey Sorja, Carson Peters, and head coaches Amy Dave. Now, let's meet the Lord Selkirk Royal. #1, Stutsky. Number 4, Paige Whiteside. Number 7, Addison Ames-Demchuk. Number 9, Madeline Bierling. Number 10, Victoria McPherson. Number 16, Kennedy Carey. Number 17, Alyssa Cador. And now the starting lineup for the Royals. Number 6, Zoe Purvis. Number 11, Carly Catelier. Number 12, Megan Carpenter. Number 14, Nevaeh Marinowski. Number 18, Danica Jacobek. Number 24 is Paige Bravo Bernier. Libero, wearing number 15, is Caitlin Beasley. Coaching staff, assistant coaches include Kyla Anderson, Shauna Whiteside, and Jamie Fisher. And your head coach is Chad Whiteside. Now, let's turn the game over to our officials, Stan Coral, Marshall Lawrence, Kate Halton-Teller, and our referee, Alex Kanish.
I'm Cam Johnson, joined by St. Paul's Crusader U of M Bison alumni Adam DeJonkio. We're excited to bring you the 2023 Boston Pizza 4A Championships on LRSD TV. Adam, if the Final Four was any indication, we're in for a big night of volleyball tonight. What can we expect from this first match?
Yeah, I think there's a lot of physicality coming our way here, Cam, and a lot of energy to be offered by both programs. This is a huge crowd from two very passionate volleyball fan bases. So it'll be interesting to see how this night progresses.
And we start off. Not sure if we have the sound working in our headsets here. It's a lot of static. Hopefully it's okay for the viewers at home there as you have some the starting lineups on the screen. Carly Catelier back to serve for Selkirk, and she puts the Sabres on their heels here. They're going to get a free ball back. Decides to go with 31 in the middle, and a kill. Danica Jacobek.
A great start for Selkirk, as their strength attack-wise is primarily on the outside. So for them to get some middle established early here, that's going to do wonders for them as this match goes on.
Heading onto the floor is number 7 for the Royals. That's Addison Ames-Demchuk, replacing number 18, Danica Jacobek. Turan for fast. Service into the net. Point, Royals. Substitution called for the Royals. Madeline Frater takes the floor, replacing Paige Bravo Bernier. Frater for Bravo Bernier. The little tip by the Royals, number 14, Marinowski finds the floor on the Sabres side. Point, Royals. Services ball. Substitution for the Sabres, 7 and 2 trading places. Number 2 is Kate Penner. She's heading back on. Replacing number 7, Grace LeClaire. Penner for LeClaire.
Well, folks, we're going to give this another shot here. We're getting a lot of feedback on our end here, so hopefully it sticks out for us now. So we are at 6-4 for the Royals. For Selkirk right now, we have subs coming into the game. Getting a little bit of technical help here. We'll come back when we get it all figured out.
I don't know what's going on. As soon as we started, you guys just went through what? I have no answer.
It's got number 10, the service sub for the Royals. It's that ball just long, which has been a bit of the story for the Royals as they've started this match. They're still trying to find their rhythm here as the nerves and the big stage continue here. 6-5 for Selkirk. Steinbach serve is good, passed up well. Purvis, she goes outside to Catelier. Dug up very well as they go outside to Reimer. But her attack finds the bottom of the net.
Substitution requested both sides. Frater is replacing Bravo Bernier. And on the other side, back on the floor is number 5, Olive Fast, taking off number 11, Sydney Turan. Timeout requested. Royals in Sabres 5. This is the first set of the championship game. touched on the way out. Point for the Royals. Heading back to the service line is number 11, Catelier. Substitution requested by the Royals. Number 7, Addison Demchuk, heading on for number 18, Danica Jakobec. Number 14, heading onto the floor, Aronowski, replacing number 10, McPherson. Substitution. Maddie Frater wants back onto the floor, replacing number 24, Paige Bravo Bernier. Frater for Bravo Bernier.
Thing is, I've never turned on autofocus on this. You're gonna have to try, because I don't know. I don't even know that this has an autofocus. Like, I'm pretty sure it doesn't, but maybe it does.
Frater attacking between two blockers. Point Royals.
Is 3 still cutting out?
Service into the net. Substitution requested for the Sabres. Kate Penner heads back on, replacing number 7, Grace Leclerc. Penner for Leclerc. Service ace, Royal Marinowski.
Okay, folks, we're going to give this another shot here. We've been having some audio difficulties, but we'll keep going as long as we can, and we're hope you're enjoying the video anyway at the 16:14 mark here, as we have a pipe from Dreger in the back row, and that one is good for a Sabres point.
We'll try and kind of summarize where we're at here, but it's been a lot of that. There's been a lot of that so far. Sienna Dreger, as expected, she's been a fantastic producer for the Sabres side so far. Another kill out of the back row, one of the very few players in this province at this level doing that so consistently.
And now a back set. Selkirk is able to put the ball over. That's Freider. Reimer with the free ball. Set into the middle. And Jakubek able to score on that point there, so that brings us to 17-15 for Selkirk. We've got subs coming in on both sides.
A lot of efficiency for Selkirk so far in that middle lane, Cam. They've really scored consistently with that middle run, whether it be the 51 or even the pipe they've gone to a few times as well. So the middle of the floor, definitely somewhere that Selkirk is attacking early.
Just hits the top of the net is that serve, and it goes out to Reimer. And she would have had the point there, but Purvis able to turn that ball in. Just bounces off Reimer's back, so that's going to be a Selkirk point. And now with the pass here and a tough serve. Selkirk's going to get a free ball back here and an opportunity to score outside. Off of the block is Catelier. We've seen that a lot from her. Where's this going to go? Outside again. Just out the back. Not able to find the hands on her second attempt there. Point Steinbach.
Yeah, good connection between Bravo Bernier there and Catelier. They played club volleyball together for Winman, so there's a lot of connection, a lot of chemistry between those two. They like to connect when Bravo Bernier's in the back row, but it's going to be the Reimer float serve picking up an ace. And that's going to force a timeout from the Sabres side after an ace there from the Royals.
So we're viewers at home there. I'm getting a few texts saying that everything's okay when viewing online. Unfortunately, on the production side down here, we're having troubles being able to hear clearly through our headsets. So maybe we'll take just a break here to see if we can get that figured out. But enjoy the rest of this match. The video seems to be working just fine, and we're off to a good start here. And we'll join you right back again as soon as we get this figured out.
Purvis puts away the free ball. 1. Service ace, Selkirk, Catelier. Back-to-back, Catelier. Timeout requested by the Sabres. Royals 21, Sabres 18.
Okay, we're going to give this a shot here. We're back. Glad that the everything's okay online here. So 21-19 now for 21-20, pardon me. Had a bit of a Selkirk run there. Now we have Turen going back to serve for Steinbach. Solid pass in the back row. We're going middle. Back to Purvis on the back. Treager with the block on the right side, and that ties it all up here.
That's a fantastic play from Steinbach's playmaker right there, and they close that gap right away. That forces the final timeout of this first set from the Royals side. And it's been back and forth this entire first set so far, Cam. Very entertaining start as we do finally join you here inside Investors Group Athletic Center. We're very happy and excited to catch up on this action. And hey, it's no worse for wear. It's almost like 0-0 right now, Cam.
Yeah.
21-all late in this first set, and we're looking forward to being with you here to close this one out.
Yeah, absolutely, and a bit of nerves early on there to be expected, but we're starting to see teams settle in here right now. I'm sure it'll be a great end to this first set. We're in for a long night here, no doubt.
No doubt, and on that point, Cam, lot of physicality. These teams are swinging a lot more. You can see them settling into this match. They're really starting to feel the rhythm. I think the energy of the gym is coming through as we try. It's a race to 4 now.
Another tough serve there, but had on the Selkirk side. And you can hear in the crowd here, that's a Steinbach block on Carpenter. They now take the lead 22-21.
Yeah, the Steinbach block has come up huge in this rotation right now. It's a good one for Selkirk as well. Both Purvis and Carpenter, two of their main options in the front row. We'll see where the selection goes.
Good pass by Catelier, back set to Purvis, takes a bit off of it. And that gives the opportunity for a swing. But that ball is out. Pushed a little far on the set, and so that'll be a Selkirk side out, 22-all. These teams are trading points back and forth here now. Like I said, we've settled in here a little bit in this first set.
That's a great break for the Royal side. They're able to force that error. Now, possibly their best front row together. See if they can piece things together.
And the dump. Good choice there. We saw Leclerc running that step, which she does often. We saw that the other night. And the setter, Isabelle Vaught, good choice to get Selkirk, who was a little bit flat-footed there, and that ball lands.
Yeah, with
two
great options there with Treager and Leclerc, and that third option, the center dump, just not taken care of by the Selkirk defense. Fantastic choice there from the center, Voth.
Tough serve to the backcourt, but handled well in the backside there, and Minarski just misses another point for the Steinbach Sabres. Well, the tides have turned here. It wasn't looking that great for Steinbach not too long ago, but they have really got a hold of their side of the court here, and now they have a possible first set point. And a tough serve by Voth outside now. Carpenter makes no mistake about it when the pressure was on. Selkirk gets the ball back.
That's a very confident swing there from Carpenter. Not an easy thing to do when you have set point against and you've got a broken play set coming your way. Fantastic aggression there from Carpenter, and that's just a perk of this Royals offense, is even when the setter is dug, as Purvis just a little bit early there, it's very difficult to hear the whistle or see the dynamics that the referees are trying to throw out here as the noise is so loud. But having two setters on the floor at times, that's such a benefit for the Royals. We saw last rally, just a great broken play set there from Purvis.
Yeah, and you mentioned the noise in here. It's great to see. Huge crowd here tonight, which is excellent. Lots of yellow, lots of blue, lots of noise. Serve from Purvis on the back set. Treager goes up. She finds the line. 25-23, Steinbach, first set win.
Great close by the Sabres as they just seem to find that extra gear late in the first set. A few timeouts from either side really allowed them to settle in, and some great offensive choices there from Isabel Voth. Obviously, you want to go to your number one option when the set is on the line, and Treager coming up huge, closing that one out. But 25-23, I think there's a lot of volleyball in store for us here tonight, Cam.
Yeah, especially as these teams settle down into the moment, which they did in that last half of that set. We saw a little bit of uncharacteristic errors, and you see that pops up on the serving and on the serve receive, and I think that's what we saw a little bit earlier in that set, but they settled down, all the players settled down, and we saw, I think that what we're going to see the rest of the night, the way that last half of that set ended up.
Absolutely, and two teams that really utilize their bench. We see so many substitutes coming in, whether it's for a serve, a pass, maybe a front row attack. There's a lot of depth to both of these rosters, which is a clear indicator as to what got them to this point in the 4A Provincial Final. So a couple contributors there that we continue and we'll look forward to mentioning as tonight goes on.
And we will take this opportunity, we didn't get a chance earlier in the set, just to recognize some of our sponsors here tonight. The title sponsor being Boston Pizza, and then Sport Manitoba, Manitoba's credit unions, Canadian Armed Forces, Luscious Orange, Huddle, Manitoba Dairy Farmers, Manitoba Hydro, and Mikasa Canada, partners that allow us to put on this type of a provincial championship. And of course, all being brought to you by LRSD TV, student run in the media and broadcasting program at ATC, and really contributes to a great night. And we see it out here. They're serving for pizzas out on the court. We got a quickly becoming full house here down at the Investors Group Athletic Center tonight.
This is really kind of the epitome of the 4A volleyball finals, Cam. This is what you look forward to, is an opportunity to be a part of an environment like this, to be representing your school and the name on the front of the jersey, and just really a chance to make your school proud, the family members that are in abundance here, as well as your community, and especially from two rural schools here with so much volleyball history to them. It's exciting to see. Now, Cam, you had a couple statistics in the semifinals regarding these teams and their kind of history with the 4A title. What are we looking at from both of these programs?
Well, I mean, it's like you said, both of these teams are no strangers to finals and to being in the Final Four. We've seen Selkirk here in the past on the Steinbach side looking for their first title here, and they're off to a good start in that regard here. So we're going to see how the second set starts off here. I'm sure we're off to a lot more of what we saw there, which was some big hitting, some good scramble defense, which has been what we saw in the Final Four, and again here tonight.
Both teams have had their time to maybe share some notes, make some adjustments, and overall continue to find their groove. And it's going to be Paige Bravo Bernier starting things up for us in the second set. Once again, Steinbach is up 1-0.
And she just takes it off the top of the tape there on her serve, and we're off and running in the second set outside. And Catelier able to score the first point here in the second set.
Yeah, that's what Catelier does best, and we saw a lot of that in that semifinal as well. She really uses the block to her advantage. She doesn't shy away from it, always swinging and attacking the blocker's hands.
Another solid serve there, not leaving a lot of room between the ball and the net, and that puts Steinbach on their heels a little bit. We have a tip in the middle from Jacobek. Free ball coming over to the Selkirk side again. The back set. Net call, but also a successful attack there. We saw that a lot the other night as well.
Yeah, good sequence from both sides, lots of defense, but Sabres just unable to transition with any sort of offensive power, just making life a little bit too easy on the Royals there for their transition game.
Another great serve there, doesn't leave much and puts him in trouble, but Drieger has the answer as she often did it. She scores.
Yeah, great attack there. Great attack through the seam there from Sienna Drieger. As we see, she just has such a natural approach. We see her drifting into that ball, contacting the ball at her highest peak. Just a work of art there on the outside.
Serves goes back row outside to Purvis. Sails out the back a little bit. That set might have been a little bit inside. I don't know if that was by design. She's got a smile on her face there though, and she's, I'm sure, eager to get another set and make the correction on that. Andres with the serve, a good serve there that puts Selkirk in trouble, so Steinbach gets the ball back. They elect to go into the middle. And Drieger with a crafty little shot. Selkirk not quite able to bring that ball back, and that results in a Steinbach point.
Good resiliency from both sides throughout that rally. Just too much chaos on the Royals side there as they just could not settle that ball down.
Andres looking for another serve on the back line. This time goes just a little bit out the back.
It's a good run to kind of even things back up here early in the second set.
Now Catelier goes back, has a look at the bench, gets her serving sign. They have been going down to Drieger, and they do again. As we mentioned before, that's often a strategy to make that big hitter have to pass and swing out, and there she was able to do that. Drieger gets the point. Now Voth back to serve for Steinbach. Service to one. Carpenter on the outside with good velocity, and Menard has a great dig on the Steinbach side. Free ball coming back to Steinbach. Once again, Drieger gets the outside point, and that rally and that point, however, is started by Turenne on that right side attack, which, although she was dug, did put Selkirk out of system, and eventually that ball comes back for what became, in the end, a Steinbach point. Bought to serve again, challenges the back line that time, and a pipe out of the back. Catelier scores out of the back row.
That's the sort of craftiness and the creativity that I think the Selkirk offense is going to need to find a little bit more of, as the serve receive has been a bit of a struggle with them so far to start. The defense, they're digging balls, they're just not finding any sort of offense in transition. So looking to that backcourt option could be the answer to their struggles right now.
Middle set for Selkirk, and that's a Leclerc kill. Adam, I feel like we're seeing a little bit more middle than we might have seen the other night from Steinbach. And we talked about the importance or the effect of doing that. We'll see if it's something that they go back to and do a little bit more of. Dreger in the back row there. This ball sails. She was way back there, and you know, that's a different kind of miss. You know, you don't want to miss your serve, obviously, but when that ball just gets caught up in the draft of that's in the gym, you can kind of handle that okay. It's the ones that are in the bottom of the net that sort of, you know, leave you wondering a little bit. Hopefully we didn't do the commentator's curse we alluded to the other day. Oh boy.
There it is again. It is a real thing. As much as we don't try and do it, there's no intent from it on our side. And
yeah,
it always
my
seems
apologies.
to happen, unfortunately. But we're going to have the very reliable serving sub, Kate Penner, coming on the floor for the Sabres. We saw her every time she was going back in replace of Leclerc through the semifinal, and that has continued here in this final.
And she did a great job. She's not overpowering, but she places the serve. Especially when it comes a little bit short like that, and it has a very different look to it. It can be very effective. Selkirk is able to handle that one, though, and they get the ball back and score a point as well. So we have a 1-point game in the second set. On Carpenter with a good short serve to position 2. We'll see if it's by design, if she goes by there again or not.
That appears like they are trying to serve away from Dreger unless she's in the front row. Looks like they were trying to go with the libero Menard there. There it is again, good pass from the Sabres.
Yeah, and there we see another middle attack. This time by Andres, which is a great shot there, back to 1.
And that comes with the familiarity of seeing each other all season long, and especially in that semifinal, Cam. Now you mentioned it. You only have to game plan for one game at a time, unlike typical tournament weekends through the high school season. So these teams have had 4 days to simply game plan for this matchup. So I'd imagine the middle we're seeing so frequently from both sides when the passes allow is a lot of recognition to the coaches here who dissect what they've seen from their opposition in their respective semifinals and creating a game plan to allow them to try and attack the weaknesses that they may have found in the other team.
Yes, absolutely here. And Adam, as we see Victoria McPherson coming in, she also had a big impact in the semifinal game and does her job here again as her serve results in a free ball coming over to Selkirk. Middle attack again. And that's Jacobek. Well, that's we've seen the effect. A very different style here we're seeing in setting choices than we saw the other night. The tactics from one game to the next, interesting to see. McPherson goes back to serve again. Another tough float. Did not miss by much there. She's got to be happy with that serving, and although you don't like the miss, you got to appreciate the assertive approach coming in off the bench to serve.
Definitely, and you have to give credit to the Sabres there. They followed that ball all the way out. That's what coach always tells you to do. Follow the ball, even if it's close.
And that time, Ketelier swing out the back. And Reimer will go back to serve for a second time with her team up now by 1 point. 10-9, Steinbach leading. Float serve into the middle there. We're right in system. Jacobek in the middle. Some ball handling at the net, and Dreger puts that to the floor for another Steinbach point. That's going to result in a timeout there. Selkirk's going to talk it over a little bit.
Another back and forth start here to this second set, and it's just a little bit of game of runs right now as it seems like the team who is serving has a lot of pressure applied from the service side, and the serve receive has definitely been the biggest struggle from both these sides, as that's to be expected. Now with a bigger gym, you're able as a server to put maybe a little bit more pace on it. You can take that extra step back and really drive your serve, and I think their serve receivers from both sides are finding a lot of problems with the flat, hard-driven serves from their opposition.
Well, it's loud in here. This coaches and team's got to be in really tight just to be able to hear themselves.
Yeah, that's the beauty of this 4A provincial final is both sides of the bleachers are open. There's that many fans in attendance taking in the top talent at the 4A level, and so much so that the Steinbach faithful are right behind this Selkirk bench, and they're making it difficult on that timeout for the coaches.
Yeah, absolutely. That's how we see Madeline Freider with the kill down the line. She quietly did a very good job the other day in the Final Four. You know, not a huge attack with velocity, but able to hit that inside out, find her spots, and contribute to the overall win there. So good job by Freider on that one. A tough serve once again here. Outside to Drieger. Ball comes back to Steinbach. They're going to give over a free ball. Outside. Catelier tips. This time she goes back set, and Purvis just out the back, not by much that time.
Great sequence there from the Royals, and with Bravo Bernier on the floor, they really like to spread that offense. It gives them sort of that three-dimensional offense that you're running, and they go left side and then to the right side. Unfortunate error there, but just so many options as they're going to go back out to the out.
That time that set fell a little bit short there, and you can see what Steinbach is doing tactically as well. Right, they're serving down the line at position one at Carly Catelier, which is forcing her to pass deep, which doesn't take her entirely out of the mix as an attacker, but makes it very difficult. That time, as we see the serve didn't necessarily go to her, but that side of the court making it a tougher attack option.
I like what the Royals are doing here. A couple mistakes in a row, but they're coming together as a team after each of these mistakes. They're talking it out, and they're trying to keep each other together, and I think that's an important way to try and break this run from the Sabres.
Roll shot from Purvis, and that scores.
Roll shot by Purvis.
So Selkirk will get the ball back with Catelier going back to serve now, so they want to chip away at this score. There's still lots of volleyball left in this set, but as we've seen, these leads can swing really fast.
Yeah, and it's a good server with the ball in her hands in Catelier.
Outside to Drieger, who that ball was a little bit outside the antenna, so we now have a 2-point game. Catelier going back to serve again. The setter's in the front row on Steinbach. Leclerc runs the 50 in the middle off of the block. Transition attack coming from Carpenter. Back set to Purvis. Off the hands for a Selkirk point.
Great rally, and that's the defense that Selkirk has been waiting for throughout this match. They were able to corral the cover off of the block, get it high into the middle of the court, allowing Bravo Bernier to run something efficient in transition, and finally they put one away. They're going to need more of that, and it's a great building block for them.
Bravo Bernier outside to Carpenter. Hits that backdoor shot. That backdoor shot's going to tie this up at 14.
It's going to be a timeout from the Sabres side, and just a fantastic dig there from Beasley as she once again gets the setter into the middle of the court, able to run some offense in transition, and that's what we saw so well from the Royals in the semifinal, was efficient attacking, and that really came from not really putting their setters on the run too much, and we're seeing them really dial in those digs, making things look a lot simpler on the setters so far.
Yeah, that's what you want. You want to be in system. You know, digging that ball. 10-20 is what we talk about a lot, right? And there's a good example of what happens when you do that. Well, teams are getting ready to come back out on the court here. 14-all. Selkirk serve. And these leads have been going both ways. It was only 5 points ago that, you know, it looked like this was Selkirk really had to stop the momentum, or things were going to go south on them really quick, and here we are tied. So they responded very well. Now it's Steinbach's turn to respond out of the timeout. We know they're capable of that. Serve down to Drieger, and then she gets the set. but this time the block is there. That's a Selkirk point.
Yeah, great close by Jacobek to get her hands all the way and sealed with Purvis, and not just getting there, but being conscious of what her hands are doing up at the net, turning that ball and block back into the court.
Another Selkirk point.
Yeah, this service pressure from Catelier has been crucial to this 6-point run that they're on right now. Just not really able to get anything in system. I'll be curious if they can get a pass. Perhaps they look back to the middle of Leclerc. Try and get spread that block a little bit more.
Float serve. Menard has some trouble handling it. They're going to give the free ball over. All three options there. Bravo Bernier outside there, but not quite able to execute the set. Now Dreger comes up. And we have a block at the net and another Selkirk point.
Royals.
Yeah, just a bit of a tight set there. Nowhere really for Dreger to go, and with Purvis being that main attack option in front of her, she was on time and just putting her hands all over that ball, making sure it goes back onto the Sabres side.
Voth with the dump there, but Selkirk able to dig it up outside to Carpenter, and a great second effort. Purvis with the attack kill on the right side. 18-14, and this set has turned in Selkirk's favor dramatically here.
Yeah, it's an 8-0 run. It was once 14-10 for Steinbach, but this consistent, aggressive serving of Catelier, paired with some fantastic defense from the Royals, has really been the difference. And Caitlin Beasley, she just had a fantastic sequence there of a few points. She had a huge cover dig on her left side. Carpenter keeping that rally alive. She's dug Dreger a few times with that being the main option, and that's really been the difference here for Selkirk to piece this together.
Well, we mentioned it the other night, so sometimes the liberals get left out of the conversation a little bit, but not the case here. We're definitely seeing a big contribution on both sides as well, and we did the other night. So Selkirk is firing on all cylinders right now, and now Steinbach is going to have to stop the run here real soon. You want to get into 20 being within a point or two. Now, having said that, you do side out here, and you're in a 3-point game. You defend for one, and everything's different. So this is the beauty of high school sport as well, the big swings. Reimer with a good pass. They go into the middle, but Jacobek is there for the block.
That's the pass and the set that the Sabres were looking for, but a fantastic breed there by Jacobek. She's not releasing to Dreger. She's taking care of her first option in front of her. Wonderful execution from the Royals middle.
Catelier continues to serve outside to Dreger, and this time she makes good of it. Off of the block. Turen is back in the game. Isabel Voth back to serve. So they're going to try and chip away at this score here now. Let's see how they respond. Jump float there. It's a tight pass, able to save it, but a free ball coming Steinbach's way. Menard handles it outside, does a good job. Turen with the swing. That's blocked. That ball is blocked for a Selkirk point.
This Selkirk block has been a problem for the Sabres in the last handful of points, as just good timing and really controlled hands from the Royals block. As Steinbach, they've been attacking the hands. They've been really trying to use it to their advantage, but just good, solid, consistent hands from the block of the Sabres have been a real good success piece for them, and a big part of why they have this 5-point lead.
Well, and we see the size of the block too is very daunting as an attacker there as well. Good serve coming over, the over bump. Good play by Dreger to keep that alive. Outside now to Carpenter. Another great second effort. That's a Steinbach point, and those are the types of rallies they're going to want to come out on top of.
Definitely, and a remarkable play there from Dreger as she went sprawling in the back row to keep that rally alive and send over the free ball. She then had to run up to the net and ended up getting the block on Carpenter that ended up in the point for them. Just fantastic athleticism, but follows it up with a serve into the middle of the net, and that's the risky run with such a deep serve that typically I'm sure she's not able to really utilize in her high school season. This is one of the very few gyms where you're able to have so much service room. That one unfortunately results in an error for her.
That's right. Now Zoe Purvis is going to go back. She puts in a tough serve to position one. And Reimer outside off of the block. Bit of a scramble dig there, and Carpenter makes a play at the net. Free ball coming to Steinbach. They run a quick back. Turen with the 60. Oh, and Reimer there, a good choice, good decision, just misses, but she's trying to catch the Selkirk defense inside and hit that line, but just hits it out the side. So a bit of a spread here now. 6-point spread for Selkirk. And this is where you can go back and you're playing with a lot of confidence. Service in the net. Kate Penner coming in to serve again for Steinbach. We've seen her serve short a few times, but also push it to that back line. So this time she elects to go a bit deeper, but is handled by Selkirk. Carpenter with a clean attack off of that block.
Great tempo on that set from Purvis as that pass was shifted over to the right side. It allows her to run that option just a little bit quicker, and that was just a great swing by Carpenter, beating the block with speed.
Carpenter puts that into the net. They're 2 in a row for Selkirk, so Steinbach getting an opportunity, back-to-back opportunities. But they're going to have to chip away real quick here as Selkirk is up 23-18. Let's see what they can do. Turen with the deep serve, and that falls in the back. And that's a good way to start the comeback for Steinbach.
Yeah, that serve didn't have an extra half inch without being out, and that was just the fraction of the end line. Fantastic serve from Turen. We'll see if she can follow it up with another.
Goes down the line there, tricky serve, and she gets a second ace in a row. We're going to have a timeout from Selkirk.
This is that level-headedness that we've seen from Steinbach a lot so far, is despite the score, despite the situation they may find themselves in, they just seem to play the same way, very steady on their side. And from an opponent's standpoint, that makes it very difficult because you need to keep your level of cleanliness and your level of aggression on at all times. You cannot take your foot off the gas. Now, I don't think that's what the Royals have done here, but that consistent serving, that pressure is all the way through the same way for Steinbach, and right now that's paying dividends for them.
Yeah, when you're up 23-18, 23-17, you want that team to fold. You want to just keep on rolling, and so what Steinbach has done here is put an element of doubt now, seed of doubt into the minds of Selkirk, who's still going to be playing with confidence. They got smiles on their face, but there's some belief on the Steinbach side, as there should be. Another good serve. That's 3 in a row. 23-21.
But I like what the Royals are doing here once again, coming together despite a little bit of adversity that they're seeing here, still trying to sort this out. Now they've got 3 great attack options all in the front row. They just need the pass.
Service comes. This time they get the pass. They're in system outside to Catelier off the block, and that she has made her living off that.
Absolutely, and I love that choice to go to her with that tempo left side set, and just a great pass from Beasley. She had a little bit of trouble there for that little run for the Sabres, but she's the one who converts and gets that ball beautifully to the middle of the court, allowing Purvis to run that offense.
Yeah, makes a couple mistakes, but able to answer back, no problem. 24-21 now for Selkirk, so this is a possible set point. serve just out the back. So, Steinbach's going to have to be perfect now.
They are, but they've got life.
Yeah, we've seen it. They just need to score a couple points here to make it interesting. We're going to have to defend here. Right in the middle, 31 comes up, outside set. They're going to get the ball back here. Outside to Dreger. She hits off the top of the block again. Tip comes. We have an extended rally here. Both teams in scramble mode here. Reimer with the dig in the back row. Menard with the good up. They run that step. Dig from the back row, Carpenter. Well, that was our longest rally of the night. Why not? 24-23 Steinbach. Back to serve here to try and tie it up.
Great help. It's a team effort out here. Neither side is giving an inch. So much defense, and here we go, another rally.
Jacobek, Menard in the middle here, outside to Dreger. She gets blocked. Back set now. Tight ball. Well, they're firing it up again here, Adam. We're in system. Steinbach outside to Dreger. Another dig by Beasley. Atelier in the net. 24 all.
Just a wonderful team effort for both sides. Lots of covering of the hitters, not allowing a ball to hit the floor easy. It's just willpower right now, and just too much, too extended of a rally to really get any power on that last attack. But here Selkirk goes again to the middle.
Oh, good pass by Carpenter, good execution in the middle, and we had an up in the back by Steinbach as well. But Selkirk able to walk away with that point.
That's a big relief. Having the advantage into extra points here, like the Royals just earned, is huge. And it's Paige Bravo Bernier subbed back into serve here. She has not only been a dynamic server, but it's nice to have her back on the floor to set.
Yeah, absolutely. Menard with the pass there, outside to Dreger. And she keeps it alive. Into the net. That's 26-24 for Selkirk. So we went the distance on that one. Both teams closing the gap on big scores here. So we're all tied up here.
I think just a bit of mental fatigue for Steinbach caught up to them as we got into extra points there, as they battled for the second part of that set, even to give themselves a look. And they not only had a look, they had an advantage and set points opportunities to try and close out. But the Royals, they're not going out without a fight, and they had some great production from a variety of players in order to close that one out.
Sure do, and the stands are emptying here now as they run to get their spot on the line with a chance to win a pizza.
You got 1 minute to win it. We're putting your pizza.
Well, Adam, we saw in that set as well, lots of balls coming off of the floor that I don't think in any other time of the season those balls are coming off the floor necessarily. Lots of digs, lots of cover digs, and second efforts there, especially in those last 3 or 4 points that really show you what championship volleyball is all about.
Absolutely, and I think that's what we say so well, and what we talked about briefly in the semifinal is that sense of urgency, Cam, and it's a tough thing to sort of mimic. But when you're in these kinds of moments, regardless of what the result is for either team, this is the last game of the season. So you feel that urgency kind of inherently in this match, whether you're leading or you're trailing, you know that this is the end of the road. So I think that we're seeing a lot of that so far in this match, and I think that's what's translating to so much effort on the defensive end.
You know, when we think back to the Final Four last week, both of these teams make very few hitting errors. They keep the ball in play. When it's an imperfect situation to take a big swing on, they're making pretty good decisions. They're getting dug and they're creating play continues. But often if you follow where that play continue ends up, it ends up being plus for your team.
Congratulations to those who won their prizes from Boston Pizza. We'll do this again between the next 2 sets.
Okay, we're getting ready here for the third set. And we're sorry for any audio troubles. We're continuing to kind of struggle with some of that here, but hopefully it's coming through okay.
We can promise that the energy is great inside this building. The quality of volleyball is fantastic, and we're going to see at least 2 more sets of it now that it's 1 set apiece, and it's the Steinbach Sabres starting things back up here in the third set.
Outside to Drieger, and she attacks that one high, but just out the back.
Yeah, she didn't miss that block by much. Been doing what she's been doing best all night, which is really swinging high, catching the fingertips of the block, but that one just narrowly missing long.
I tell you, back to serve again. Menard in the back row with a good pass. Roll shot from Drieger. Outside, kind of misfires on that set a little bit, so Steinbach will get the ball back. Sienna Drieger hits that ball, goes for the sharp shot and not quite able to execute there, just out on the side. So
a lot of attention given to her by the Selkirk block, as to be expected, and perhaps she's just trying to do a little bit too much with that ball right now. Needs to just sort of reconnect with what has been working for her all year long, and that's a serve from Catelier that finds the conflict zone between Menard and Drieger. Great high dropping ace there for Catelier.
And we'll see them, I think, continue to serve Drieger deep to try and push her back. Kind of misses the target a bit there outside to Drieger, but she's blocked by Purvis. 4-0 Selkirk. You watch Purvis's demeanor at the net right now and on the court. She's playing with a lot of confidence and obviously a competitive fighter here too. She wants this championship.
Great pickup.
Selkirk in system. They go 31. And Jacobek finds the deep court on that attack. Good choice by the setter.
Absolutely, and that is a virtually undiggable ball there for off the hand of Jacobek, as it did stay with the Selkirk side though. However,
head back on the court here. Catelier's back to serve, and she's kind of the architect of a couple of runs here we've seen already tonight. Float serve to Menard. They're in system here, and they go middle. Not quite able as Andres to connect on that 51.
Looked like they were running an inside ball with Drieger as well, so I like them trying to switch things up coming out of that timeout. Just a little bit of miscue on the execution side.
Good pass, and Menard with a very good serve, and Menard with a great pass. We have a net ball, or sorry, we have a carry ball. So Catelier is going to carry on with the serve as this lead grows. We don't see a lot of panic on the Steinbach side, which is good. Menard with another pass. Both with the dump, not quite able to do it, but Andres with the save. Outside to Drieger. And they run the step once again, and Drieger makes no mistake on that one. The ball finally comes back to Steinbach here, and they're going to want to start to get on their own run here and see what they can do to chip away at this score at 7-1.
And that's the player they need to activate, and that's what she does there. See if Drieger can find her rhythm once again.
Carpenter with the deep shot, but that's dug up outside. Another block by Purvis. Off the hands, off the block, and that's a Steinbach point.
Now Dreger started this set with a few errors off her hand, and it's to be expected. She gets a lot of volume, she gets a lot of attention from the opposition, but it looks like she's starting to kind of diversify her attack options here. We've seen her hit off hands in a few different ways. See if she continues to roll and find her comfort zone.
Andres with the serve, and Selkirk goes 31. No touch on that block though, so that's a Steinbach point. Slowly chipping away here is Andres with her serve. 7-3.
That has been the power of having the serve in your hands so far tonight. It seems like breaking the serve has been the biggest challenge for both teams.
Yeah, good point, Adam. Carpenter with the attack, cover dig now. Selkirk's going to put over a free ball. Big dig from a Dreger shot. Carpenter elects to tip into the pot. Purvis now on the right side off the hands. And that scores for Selkirk down the line.
Good swing there from Purvis, and maybe just a bit of miscommunication on the Steinbach defense as they had the defense in the right spot, stacked well down the line, but maybe just too many bodies trying to pick that up as it's now an 8-3 Selkirk lead here in the third.
Tough serve. Voth pushes it outside to Dreger, who just carves it on the top of the net. Good to be lucky. Good to be good. There we go. She'll take it.
Absolutely. Not the set she was hoping for, but you got to do what you got to do. And like you said, lucky counts.
Voth back to serve now just on the top of the net. Good serve. Carpenter with the roll shot, but into her side of the net.
We've seen Selkirk compile a few errors on what looks to be just some timid attacks. Lots of balls falling into the net when the set isn't perfect. We'd like to see them just be a bit more aggressive, a bit more assertive perhaps in those moments.
Yeah, and I mentioned that before, getting dug, right, and letting the other team execute for the point. Another tough serve there, and this is going to be a service ace for Isabel Voth as she puts her team within striking distance here. And a timeout being called.
That is now 8-6. The Royals lead. They were once leading 8-3. Just a little bit of a run here put together from the Sabres, and this is such an exciting environment. It's probably the biggest stage all or most of these players have played on at this point in their volleyball careers. As a coach, Cam, how do you keep your athletes engaged but still within themselves in a moment like this?
Well, and you would hope as you get to this stage of the match that they are in the match, that they're focusing, they're within themselves, and it's in those first early stages of the first set where it's tough, and it's tough as a coach too, and it's tough as officials. Everybody's feeling it, and as we just, I think it's important to recognize the excitement of the moment, right? And just own it, soak it all in, find your friends in the stands. Don't try to pretend that it's not exciting. Take it all in, and as you get to this part of the game, I bet you if we talk to a lot of these players, they would know the crowd was there, but it's not as loud to them as it is to us. They're in there with their team, they're competing, and they're ready to go.
It's going to be Isabel Voth starting things back up for us here.
Another good serve to position one. She's on fire here right now from the service line, and she has put her team in a position to strike.
Yeah, that is a tough serve, flat and deep into the court. That is not one that serve receivers are typically happy to see coming their way.
Another serve, another tough serve. Caitlin Beasley able to get that one up though, and Carpenter now the roll shot. Menard dig from the back row. Turen carves it off the top of the block. Outside to Dreger. Catelier with the dig. But not that time.
Good change of pace out of the middle there, going to the quick attack, and LeClaire, she just reaches high and gets that ball not just over the block of Selkirk, but the back row defenders as they hadn't quite had the time to reset. Always a great choice going to the quick attack in the middle in transition.
Good pickup there by Selkirk, but Voth is really putting Selkirk in trouble. They're able to get the ball back there as Sienna Dreger hits that one out the back. So now we're right back into this, Adam. We got a 1-point game.
Yeah, credit Paige Bravo-Bernier. She just subbed out for the usual front court, but a fantastic pickup by her middle of that last rally to keep it alive.
Purvis able to cause some confusion with her serve, and outside now to Carpenter, who's blocked. She gives a down ball, which is dug by Menard in the back row. A sharp angle, and yes, it does. It makes it over. Ooh, a crafty move there by Zoe Purvis.
Yeah, one we haven't seen at all tonight in that fashion, and it's a great read there from Menard, the libero, but ultimately that ball is just too quick and too flat over the net. Just a good contact point there from Purvis, allowing her to give herself that angle to score.
She puts a tough serve to the back line. Menard able to keep that in play. Turenne with the roll shot, which brings the ball back onto the Steinbach side. Back set, Dreger. Point Steinbach.
Fantastic sequence there from both sides, and ultimately just the power of Dreger too much as Purvis's dig ends up in the fourth row of the Steinbach faithful. Great point. That's 10-9 now. Royals lead just by 1.
I've seen it a few times now as Sienna Dreger looks quite a ways back. You mentioned it there, and that's a few in the net. She may want to take a few steps up. We'll see if she makes that adjustment or if she just changes her angle a little bit.
Carpenter back now to serve. Turenne forced to give a down ball.
Oh, Catellia changes her angle a little bit. We've seen a lot of off the block, but that one she really stayed within herself. Didn't necessarily jump as high, but carved that ball cross court.
Yeah, great
shot.
choice and a bit. Just a great change up from Catellier.
Reimer outside, pass, swings out. Turenne with a good inside-out shot down the line, backdoor down the line, and that's good for a Steinbach point.
Good defense from the Royals as they seem to really be taking away that cross-court angle, but that opens up that deep line shot, something we haven't seen a lot of from the Sabres offense. Good shot from Turenne. We'll see if maybe they try and connect with that option a little bit more.
Kate Penner comes in to serve. Selkirk running the middle. Is dug up by Steinbach. Outside to Catellier off the block this time, and that's good for a Selkirk point.
Great dig there from the Selkirk Royals, or on the Selkirk Royals side. That was Madeline Freiter. Just staying down on the pipe of Dreger, but not giving up that tip shot from the back row. She's still engaged defensively, even though it's not at the net. Good heads-up play from her.
Dreger not quite able to handle that serve. She serves it, but we have a touch in the back row. Marinowski just touching that one in the back. It's going to be a Steinbach side out. 13-11.
I don't know how you do
down by 2. Turenne back to serve. It's going to be a Steinbach point. There we have Zoe Purvis was in the back row. That pass being a little bit tight there. She had to get above the net, which being a back row player cannot do. So
I just couldn't quite get her feet there in time to retrieve that ball on her side as, once again, lead cut to 1, 13-12 Royals.
That sort of pushes Catellier back, and down ball coming over there. Reimer outside now with the deep tip. Paints the
line with that one.
And
13 all.
once again, that deep shot selected down the line from the Sabres outsides. Perhaps something Coach Amy Taves has picked up on and discussed in one of the previous timeouts.
Deep serve. Carpenter handles that one really well. Good back set and the kill shot. Once again, Madeline Freider. She knows it's coming back to her there, and she makes a good big smile on her face. She's done a really efficient job. She's done a good job of receiving that pass. You know, that last game in the Final Four, she didn't get a ton of sets, but she made 0 errors on that attack last game, and she's carrying on tonight. An over bump coming. And the joust at the net. One that Isabel Voth wins for Steinbach.
Great
Here's
timing.
the
Great timing of the block there, as typically in the joust, you want to be the one to push last, and that's what we saw there from Isabel Voth, getting to the ball second and winning that battle at the net.
Reimer with the serve. Burvis hitting high outside again. Not a hugely powerful attack, but she gets very high, and that ball changes the angle of where you are positionally in the back row, and we can see that's what happened on there. Good run, very good run there by Voth. You can see they're happy about that one. The ball came out to the left side. Stuck with it. Great shot by Steinbach.
Yeah, and that's just going to happen when you have Dreger in the front row like she was. That tempo set to the left side is going to happen probably 95% of the time, but that set selection from Voth opens up the entire floor for Andres. Great swing from her.
And Selkirk, not to be outdone, they go to the middle and answer back right away. A good shot in the middle there.
We're seeing the serve receivers from both sides really dial in a little bit more as this third set has progressed, allowing their offenses to run that middle more, and that's going to be huge for their longevity here and their success rate.
Demchuk went to serve outside. And that time, Dreger finds the seam in the block there, finds the deep court for a kill.
Yeah, great swing, just reaching high, utilizing the absolute fingertips of the Selkirk block. We're all square here at 16.
Shouldn't we just get to 24 all and go from there? Good pass. Carpenter with the swing, and she's blocked.
Good aggressive swing from Carpenter, and the Royals, they've done such a great job in the majority of this match covering their hitters, but that time just a little bit of a lapse defensively. Only was Beasley involved there. Not enough help to try and pick that ball up off the block.
We'll have to go back and serve again, and she was the architect of this comeback before. We have a back row setter here. She went up to play that ball higher than the net though, so that's a back row block.
Not just great discussion and communication between the Sabres, because sometimes, as we saw Bravo Bernier do, you go up and almost pretend like you're front row, and if you aren't identifying that before the rally starts, sometimes that can trick you, but they knew what they were doing, they were ready for it.
Well, that was Isabel Voth did not miss by very much. They're just out the side. We do have officials on all the lines though, so sure they got that one right. That's why they're there, doing a good job. Purvis back to serve now, her team trailing by 1. Deep serve from Reimer, handles that one. A little bit lower set. But a crafty shot down the line. We've seen it a few times, and that scores.
Yeah, great body control there by Dreger as that ball was low and tight. Those are the hardest balls to hit as an outside, because your approach usually will take you all the way into the net or under, but she keeps in great control of herself there.
She's back to serve and does, in fact, make that adjustment. Put in a good serve, but a little bit of a slower attack there. Big hole in the middle of the court, which Selkirk finds, so they get the ball back.
Great side out now as They now just trail by one, 19-18. Steinbach leads.
Carpenter with a good serve that kind of handcuffs to Lisa Menard in the backcourt.
These have been some deep serves, Cam, and it's almost to that point where I'm not sure if that's going to land in, but it's really close. It really makes the serve receivers work and think. See if this is another deep one.
This time to position 5. They go in the middle. His hands on the ball, though. The down ball put in there. Not really an in-system back row attack there. That ball goes out. Now we see another lead switch, and Selkirk finds themselves up by 1 now. Of course.
Of course. Like you said earlier, Cam, as it's another timeout from Steinbach. We would love to fast forward to 24-all. It appears like that's the port we're going to get to, but we'd be missing out on all this fun that's been happening here in this third set. And it's just been a great display from both teams. Just a variety of skills, but it's really been the offensive change-ups that we've seen from both sides. They're really starting to exploit the defensive schemes of their opposition. And you got to give credit to the athletes. It's not easy to make those adjustments in the middle of a game. Never mind the provincial 4A final.
Yeah, absolutely. And one thing I've really enjoyed, Adam, on both sides, you see a lot of smiles. You know, they're enjoying themselves out there. Even errors, how are they responding to errors? And I think that's good. I hope there are a lot of young volleyball players out there watching, and if they can pay attention to these young women who are on the court here playing this game right now. They shank a ball, they miss a dig. There hasn't been a lot of that, but when there has, they responded with a smile, a high five, and a next ball attitude, which is why these players are where they are, playing for a championship. Megan Carpenter now will go back to serve, and she'll try and put her team up by a couple. And to your point, Adam, there you go. That looked like it could go either way, and it just misses out the back.
And we see a very subtle fist pump from Coach Amy Taves, as perhaps that was maybe a discussion they had in that timeout. Maybe just reconnecting her serve receivers with just how deep those serves were going.
Penner out there puts her team in. Good job by the serving sub, Kate Penner. Tell she wanted to push that one deeper. Now I'm curious tactically if she's going to do the same or try and drop this one short. Let's see what she elects to go with. Not quite as deep as the last one. Outside set to Kitelia, and that drops. Kind of a campfire there, and the ball lands in the middle.
Yeah, that's the trouble when your libero is off the court. As we saw Kate Penner, she's in to serve for a middle. You lose that defensive specialist, you lose that sort of captain of the back row, and those little tips and assignments can sometimes get dropped. All square at 21 here in the third.
Once again, the deep serve falls just inside that back line.
It's that fine line, Cam. You want to earn an easy point, kind of a gimme if it's a missed serve, but you run the risk if you're going to let that drop of it finding a piece of the end line.
Aronowski comes back. She puts them in trouble a second time here. That's going to get the ball back on her side. Megan Carpenter with the pass. Freider with a good shot. Carpenter come out of the back row, but that's dug up. Good free ball placement there. Just stays alive. Good second efforts there once again. You see some good scramble defense. Steinbach able to come out on top. Selkirk's going to call a timeout here and try and close the door on any momentum that might be going over to the Steinbach side here as we sit at 22 all.
I feel like this is a carbon copy of the second set here, Cam, as it just turned into this defensive battle back and forth. We saw Menard on the Steinbach side just stand in there with a huge dig cross court against Carpenter, and neither of these teams, they're not giving an inch here late in this set as they continue to dig in, they continue to cover their hitters and not let anything hit the floor without maximum effort to keep that ball alive.
And the attack on both sides of the net, they're keeping that ball in play. They're tipping, they're rolling, they're trying to find those holes. And like you said, the defensive side of the ball is right there. So we have treated some extended rallies here, some great second efforts.
Now it is very loud here inside Investors Group Athletic Center. We love that atmosphere. Let's see if Turin can contain herself as she goes back to serve at 22-all.
She served deep to 5 last time. Let's see where she goes. Not quite as deep, but a good serve. Good job keeping that alive on the Selkirk side. And absolutely, Andres there in the middle taps that one down.
Sometimes that quick attack just needs to be that, and that's it, is quick. And that just catches that Selkirk defense a little bit flat-footed when they were trying to find their spot in transition.
Good serve there. Catelli is able to handle it. Freder comes up on the right side, dug by Menard. And that pipe there, it's a good run. The set might have been a little too far back. You'd like to see, especially a tall athlete, the athleticism of a Sienna Dreger being able to lean into that attack a little bit. But a good run nonetheless.
Yeah, that's definitely their number one option, especially in the rotation that they find themselves right now. And it's a dangerous server in Bravo Bernier.
Remember with that serve, they go middle. Andres is dug in the middle. Back set to Purvis, and the block. I tell you with the roll shot. Once again, Zoe Purvis and Danica Jacobek combined for a big block outside and a point.
Set point opportunity for the Royals as they lead 24-23.
Bravo Bernier serves. Reimer sets it up. They're just going to put that ball over. Outside of Catelier. She goes under the net, so that's a Steinbach point.
Yeah, that set just a little bit too tight. Really nowhere to work for Catelier. But we once again find ourselves in a little bit of overtime here in the third set. And Cam, I think you alluded to this. We're at 24-all.
Yeah, shocking. Reimer back to serve now. She serves to Catelier. Outside to Purvis with the roll shot, but this time it's dug up. And blocked. Andres is getting her hands on a lot in the front row here. And once again, it's Andres in the middle.
What is that skittering there?
Push back a bit, but she gets the set. She sides out for her team. Timely attack on the left side.
Yeah, she's been a bit quieter here in this third set, Cam, as they've had the luxury of passing well, spreading the offense around, but when the time comes and you need a kill to try and score, why not Dreger?
Andres is going to see what she can get done here, and she puts in a good serve.
Another one from Fast, keeping that rally alive, but
Megan Carpenter has something to say about that one, though. We're all tied up once again.
It's amazing, Cam, the maturity and the discipline we're seeing from both these sides. This is a huge stage, a huge moment in this set, but there don't seem to be any nerves. They seem comfortable and confident in this situation.
Serve serve there. We see that coming in again. Good save by Voth. Purvis is the roll shot, but Menard is all over that one. And blocked by Purvis. Advantage Royals here. Now they're up by 1.
Back and forth we go.
This is the rotation where they sometimes run that step to create the gap. It might be a good option on a good pass. And there it is. There she goes outside. Able to handle it just there. This is going to be a tough one though. And Selkirk is able to hang on in that rally for a 28-26 victory.
What a resilient effort there from the Royals as their block came up huge for them at a very important time, and they just could not get past that Purvis and Jacobek combination there. Fantastic close for them, and this crowd is excited, and Selkirk, they know how close they are, as we saw a few of the girls as they switch sides. Given just one finger up, they know it just takes one more set win to get to that ultimate goal that they want so bad.
And we know how hard that one set is to win in this match. You've been there, I've been there. We know what it's like. It's a lot of fun. Fun to be in the moment there, and now they're making their adjustments and lineups. You can see them talking about switches, rotations, what kind of little things they may want to do to give them that little bit of an edge.
Now both of these coaching staffs are abundant, Cam. They've got multiple assistant coaches along with the head coaches, and that's such a wonderful luxury to have in these programs. Is we see on both sides of the floor here, every single coach is involved with an athlete in some capacity, giving feedback, perhaps just talking and trying to keep the mood loose, and you're not too kind of tight in your approach to this game. And you just have to give credit to these coaches. They're volunteer coaches giving their time throughout this entire season, which can get grueling at times. There's games throughout the week, tournaments on weekends, and these coaches have been dedicated all the way through, and they have maximized their volunteer time here as they have played every single game possible, being in the big dance.
Yeah, and you know what? We've often thought that winning as a coach or losing as a coach is a real solitary thing. You know, often we see coaches standing there or sitting there, and you know, you can't play the game, so often it looks like we're not doing a whole heck of a lot right there, but you got to know that the whole time that coach is standing or sitting there, they're trying to figure out, where are we blocking, where are we serving, how am I getting that player in the game, when is it time to make the move? And then when it's all over, you realize how tired you are because of all that time that you put in there, and it's fun to be part of, especially at the high school level. Like you said, the first opportunities in this kind of an event on this kind of a stage, it's really impressive to see. Well, we got 40 seconds here on the clock, so we're just about ready to start this next set as the teams make their way out. So for a 2-minute break, all the emotion and the tension gets to just be cut and comfortable, and now it'll ramp up again.
Yeah, we'll just update those of you at home. 2-1 is the lead for the #1 ranked Selkirk Royals. Now the set scores were 25-23 in favor of the Steinbach Sabres. It was then a 26-24 and 28-26 victories for Selkirk in sets 2 and 3 to give them the 2-1 advantage. And as usual, it will be Paige Bravo-Bernier starting things up for the Selkirk serve.
And she puts over a good serve to start this set, and it's blocked in the middle. Free ball put over by Steinbach. Jacobek in the middle there now. Catalian, the nice shot. She gets her #1 shot in system. That's the one she likes in that zone and off the block.
Just such a quick arm swing for Catelier. It doesn't allow the block of Steinbach to get established on their side of the net. Good speed from her.
Bravo Bernier continues to create trouble on the Steinbach side with her serve. It's an unassuming serve. She's not approaching with a ton of velocity or power, but that ball is coming off of her hand with both of those things. Once again, outside roll shot coming from Dreger. Not quite able to convert that time as Catelier, so side out Steinbach.
Good block there from the Sabres, and that's something that they sort of struggled with in the later portion of that third set, just not really scoring a lot of points with their block. If they can reconnect with that, that'll be a response that will benefit them greatly.
Caliandres with the serve. Purvis places it, and it's in the back row. She makes her way outside. And
huge swing into the seam there from Sienna Dreger. Just a change of angle from her on the left side, and that set from the back row is just perfectly placed, allowing her to be aggressive with her approach and attack.
Saw that Purvis and Catelier there got a little caught up making their switch, but provided that opportunity. Catelier will hit off the block. Couple of one-handed digs there to keep that alive, and it goes in the middle. Good shot there by Danica Jakubek. She saw that block, knew there was a hole in the position 4-5 area there, and puts the ball directly to that spot. Keep that alive, and it goes in the middle. Dreger gets the set that she wants and able to score.
Now the passes have been great for the Sabres side so far in this fourth set, and typically that allows the Sabres to go elsewhere, but instead they're reconnecting with Dreger with that tempo set, and the middle block of Selkirk just not able to get there in time, opening up that lane for Dreger.
Voth with the serve outside to Megan Carpenter. She's blocked, but the ball stays alive. Right side attack. Zoe Purvis hits it deep down the line, and she scores. And Stemchuk will go back to serve now. She's been a regular sub on the Selkirk side.
And doing a great job, very consistent with their serving.
Tough serve to position one. And that's what you like to see when you sub in a player, is to execute perfectly just like that.
That's now a 5-3 lead here in this fourth set for the Royals, thanks to that timely ace.
Nar passes it up here. Middle set goes tipped to position 4 and is dug up. Outside to Turenne, who hits off of the block and out. Steinbach point.
Good sequence there from both sides, but Manar really active in the back row for Steinbach. She was all over the court, pushed forward and backward, but still putting the ball right where it needed to go to run that offense nicely.
Dreger to serve there. Tough serve to position 5. Going to go back out to Megan Carpenter, who hits the top of the block. Good save there by Isabel Voth. Carpenter with a second attack on it. Once again finds the top of the hands, but Steinbach able to dig it up and not convert the third contact, so that's a Selkirk point. 6-4, they now lead by 2. Zoe Purvis going back to serve. Madeline Freider comes back in the game. And Reimer finds the top of the hands. They're a good hit. I like Reimer's approach. She doesn't try to do too much, and she's always looking for the top of the block, knowing that it's going to hit it, she's going to get a kill, or get dug, but the ball is a good chance of coming back. So good job there.
It is the staple serving sub, Kate Penner, back onto the floor for the Sabres side.
She pushes Beasley back, who's able to handle that serve. And a big line shot there. We haven't seen that line shot from Freider on the left side, but she got all of that one, and some self-preservation on the line from Turenne, who actually almost made that dig. Another tough serve. And Catelier finds the pot there just over the block.
Just a change of location there from the Royals, as they've really all been physical and aggressive, whether it's left sides, middles, or right side, but that tip had really paid off.
Once again, Callie Andres in the middle. Hits that ball back to position 1 there.
Great speed and great location of the set there from Voth, really almost leading Andres to that position 1 spot, allowing her to cut it back nicely. 8-6 for the Royals here.
31 in the middle. Well, we've seen a couple of middle attacks now from on both sides. We saw that earlier in the match. Seems they've gone away from it maybe a little bit.
Yeah, but that's a fantastic run, and something we haven't seen a lot of is that 31 lane where it goes a little bit more push to the left side, but with that speed and just a great high reach from Marinowski, as she's going to be the one going back to serve.
Marinowski finds the top of the tape. Still alive. And you talked about it, the setter leading the middle almost in that shot, and I don't know if that was by design, but that's what happened on that last point. 10-6 now, Selkirk leads.
And a timeout from head coach Amy Taves on the Steinbach side, as you don't want this one to get too far out of reach, and I think this is a great time for a timeout from the Steinbach coach, as a 4-point deficit we've seen in this match alone, never mind the general sport of volleyball, and this is more than achievable, but it's good to just kind of settle things down and address it with your side and just reconnect with what has been working. And I think just a bit more attention to the serve receive side for the Sabres would be helpful here, as the middle has been their most effective run and their most effective lane. We'll see if they can try and get that involved here coming out of the timeout.
Yeah, and a big part of the plan from Selkirk, serving and receiving pressure on Sienna Drieger. We know she's going to get a lot of attacks. They're serving at her. She's got a lot coming at her. She's handling it well. To be able to release a little bit of that, like you say, find the middle a little bit, create a little bit more openings for Drieger on the outside, that's going to go a long way. Isabel Voth is in the front row as well. It'll be interesting to see if that ball gets passed up in a position for her to take matters into her own hands if she does that. Won't get the opportunity though, as that's a good serve put over and a free ball now for Selkirk. Roll shot off the defender and into the antenna, so that's another Selkirk point. Catelier able to make good on that one.
Yeah, just more service pressure from Marinowski here. Fantastic serve down the line there, catching Menard up high. See if Steinbach can respond here, as they need to break this serve.
Service is long, so they'll get a break they need to get the ball back. Go back and serve and start chipping away at this Selkirk lead. Reimer back to serve, and she's going to try and get it started for her team. And she puts off a tough serve to Freider, but Freider also gets the ball back, not quite able to handle that one.
A rare attack error off of Freider there, as perhaps her having to pass that ball and get the set right back, just taking her out of her rhythm a little bit.
Carpenter with a good pass in the middle, just out. Good choice in the middle. Jacobek just not quite able to find that block or the position 5 on the court there. Good pass by Carpenter to make that possible though. Reimer continues to serve as he cuts the lead down to 2. That set was pushed out there. Cateli did a good job though of adjusting her approach, hitting it off the block.
Yeah, you
could see the hands
of Voth just with that set, and that just opens you up and almost exposes the opportunity to use the hands, and great choice from Catelier to do just that.
Bravo Bernier puts in another serve that brushes the top of the tape. Dreger's blocked outside. Dug in the back by Beasley. Ooh, not by much.
Good court awareness there from Talisa Minar, as she knows exactly where she is on the court and recognizes that that ball just not an angle that's going to fall into the court based on where she is defensively. And now the Sabres, they've cut this lead to just 2. Royals leading 12-10.
Short serve comes over, which causes all kinds of trouble. Smart serve.
It's always good to just give the serve receivers a change of look, and so much so that the Selkirk Royals are going to take their first time out of this set just to address things and slow things down on their side.
Last match in the Final Four, Adam, we saw Callie Andres played a good game, but her impact tonight in the final has really been felt from the service line and as a blocker. We just saw the short serve there. That takes a lot of confidence as well, and she's really stepped up tonight.
Yeah, we've said her name a lot, you're right, Cam, whether it be blocking or attack, and especially now from the serving side too, so fantastic. And that's what you need to be a successful team, especially in the finals, is you need contributions from all aspects, all athletes, and for usually the team that comes away victorious, it usually stems from one maybe unsung hero, someone who maybe hasn't been the number one option all season long, but who comes out and really excels in an area or an all-around game to really propel your team to victory.
Let's see what Andres can do now, and she puts off another serve into the court there. Roll shot from Purvis, but is dug up. And that little roll shot is going to score.
And another just tricky conflict zone there on the attack. Again, just not full attack power, and that ball just sliding into the donut in between all of the defenders from Selkirk.
Well, that serve had no rotation on it at all and caused some trouble, so Steinbach's going to get a swing here. Nice dig in the back by Carpenter on Dreger. Reimer answers back with one of her own. Now free ball. Bravo Bernier elects to try to go middle there, and Jakubek not quite able to get it high enough, but another confident play made. Service ace.
That's another great call by UCAM, as this service pressure from Andres has been really effective. As Selkirk, they're just unable to really get this ball up into the air and give their setter, Bravo Bernier, any opportunity. And once again, broken play from them, free ball. They go left side to Dreger.
He comes up outside to Catelier. Good swing, but that's dug as well. Now Dreger throws over the tip. Steinbach's going to get the ball back here. Doesn't quite find the block, but Steinbach really settled in there. They were in good positions defensively. Just missed on the attack, but they have a different look to themselves out there right now. And once again, it's only a 1-point spread. Reimer with a good pass. Middle set is dug up by Bravo Bernier. Second effort keeps the ball alive. And Dreger gets the block on Zoe Purvis on that right side.
Great block by Dreger, as that set went all the way out to the antenna, but Dreger recognized that. She herself gets to the pin and closes off any angle for Purvis there. Good heads up block there from the Sabres, number one.
Setter Isabel Voth goes back, delivers a tough serve to position one, and Megan Carpenter with a good swing. And Danica Jakubek puts the exclamation point on that one.
Great aggressive overbump kill, but that's really all started by Catelier. That pass was incredibly difficult. She's outside her body. Her platform angle is away from the setter, but she corrals it back, giving her Royals a chance to run some offense. And Isabel Vaught, that's one of the servers you want to get done with on her first try.
Yeah, that's for sure. And Demchuk comes in and she does her job. Ball coming back to the Selkirk side. Marinowski on the net though, that ball drifting a little bit tight on the set. Good choice by Purvis, just not quite executed on the set. Sienna Dreger back to serve now with her team up by 2 points. Just hits the top of the tape, not quite there.
It'll be Purvis.
Freider comes back in the game now as Zoe Purvis rotates to the back row. Tough serve to position one. Reimer puts in a good, well-positioned down ball, and they're going to get the ball back. Middle set. Blocked, but comes back on the right. Turent pushes it down the line. A good play there. Adam Beasley was up for the defensive dig as a libero, and Turent did a good job of pushing that over top and finding the hole down the line.
That's been a spot that's caused a lot of trouble for the Selkirk Royals defensively tonight, and just a really timely play and just a smart play from Turent not to force the issue in that extended rally.
Accent now to Carpenter. Good swing on the right side. Ball comes back. They're going to get another swing at it. Back set again. A little far that time. Side out for Steinbach. (18:15) here for Steinbach. Well, if there's one thing that we know, no lead is safe here, so both of these teams have done a great job responding out of timeout, so we know we're in for a close, tight end to this set.
Definitely so much opportunity to push back here for Selkirk as they continue to try and battle, and they really have been the ones to shine in those late, tight set opportunities. As we see, they have picked up the 2 set wins that have gone sort of into those extra overtime points. So if they can try and respond and keep things tight, they've been the more resilient of the bunch to try and get that set win laid. And it's a great rotation for them right now, Cam, as Zoe Purvis, she is in position 1. That gives them 3 front row options, all more than capable of scoring. But if I'm the Selkirk Royals, I'm probably going to look to Madeline Freider here in this rotation, as she has been incredibly efficient from the attack side.
Well, we'll see here if Kate Penner drops this one short in front of Carpenter. Elects to go down the line. Catelier with the pass outside of Freider, like you said, and sure enough, finds the hole.
Just consistency is what you get from Freider. Not a flashy player, but just very consistent and earns points, plays within herself. That's a huge play. Despite it just being a tip, that means a lot for the Royals to get out of that rotation.
Tough serve put over by Carpenter. We have another middle shot, but ball kept alive. Tight ball now. Good hit by Catelier. Good compete on that ball. We're in system. They run the middle. Marinowski able to connect with that one. Freider again keeps the ball in play. There's one of those play continues though that the ball is going to come back. Not able to handle it though. And that's a big point going Steinbach's way.
Yeah, not only does that side out immediately for the Sabres, but that's a bit of a momentum crusher when the communication breaks down on the Royals side. We'll see if they can respond immediately and not let that one kind of compile.
Turenne with the serve. Good pass by Beasley, and it goes outside of Catelier. Maybe a little quick, I'm not sure, but that was hit outside the sideline there. So now we have a 4-point Steinbach lead here in this set.
Great set selection there from Purvis, getting no block up, but yeah, as you mentioned, Cam, maybe just a bit too quick.
Good pass here, middle set. Blocked in the middle. Once again, Ali Andres getting it done for the Steinbach Sabres. Turen's gonna deep serve out the back. But that's what she got to do right now. She went with confidence.
Yeah, that keeps the Selkirk Royals in this one, allows them to breathe a sigh of relief getting out of that rotation the easy way with that missed serve. And Marinowski, she's the one who went on the big run here earlier in this fourth set for the Royals. We'll see if she can string a few together once again when their team needs it most.
And we have Jakubek up again in the front. She's been big on the block. Touches it there. Outside to Catelier. Just rolls it to keep it in play here and going to put it on the defense. Freider, there you go. Once again, places that shot where it has to go, right in the hole in the pot in the middle of the court. And a lot of trust that we're seeing too, right? Zoe Purvis sets that right side. You have Catelier out on the left side, wanting that ball, but makes a good choice. Tricky serve there, Marinowski. Kind of handcuffs the Sabre serve receive. Timeout, Amy Taves.
21-19 is now the lead for the Steinbach Sabres as it's this Marinowski push. She's really put a lot of trouble and a lot of pressure on the Steinbach serve receivers. We'll see if they can settle things down, and just a great timeout call here from the coach, Amy Taves of the Steinbach Sabres, as you're still in a great spot if you're the Sabres. There shouldn't be any pressure or any nerves on your side. If they're able to side out here, they have a 3-point lead with 3 points to go, and that's a really comfortable place to be for most teams. So if they can settle things down now, it is a tricky rotation for the Sabres. They've been caught in this one a few times tonight where the setter, Isabelle Voss, she's in the front row with Andres and Reimer. Her main attack option in the pipe. We'll see if maybe they go to that, and I know you mentioned earlier, Cam, perhaps a setter dump.
Setter dump, maybe run that step. Let's see what they elect to do. An great pass there outside to Reimer. Puts a little more pop on that one.
Yeah, we haven't seen Reimer really put that kind of physical attack and pace on her attack.
That's going to allow Steinbach to rotate Sienna Drieger in the front row. Callie Andres right now in the setter. Isabelle Voth. A little bit of a low set there for Jakubek, up tight. Callie Andres makes her presence known in the middle again. 23-19. Kirsten Reimer back to serve. Short serve. Puts him a little bit out of system. Andres with the point there. We have a possible set point now for Steinbach.
Yeah, it may look easy, folks, that play made by Andres, but for her to be ready and anticipating that quick overbump, that's just great awareness by her to put that ball away immediately.
A little deeper that time outside to Catelier. Dig out of position 5. Outside now to Sienna. And Carpenter gets the dig. There you have it. 25-19 for Steinbach.
We were talking about it off air before this match, Cam. And surprise, surprise, the 4A girls final will need 5 sets to decide a winner, and 5th sets will just be played to 15 points. Teams will switch after 8, but this shortened set, it's anybody's ball game, Cam.
Absolutely, and we've seen it lots of times. You want to get off to a good start. 0-2
0-0 when we walk out there. Both teams know what's on the line. They're excited. They're walking up, and you know, I'm looking at these timeouts. The exchange here right now between sets. Two captains taking the toss, and they're smiling. Their heads are up. They're ready to go.
This is the moment you dream of as a young athlete, right? I mean, whatever sport you're playing, whatever kind of role you have, you dream about being in a close game, having an opportunity to win a championship for your team when the moment matters most. And it's just how lucky these athletes are to be in this moment, to enjoy the opportunity that's in front of them, and how lucky we are to be having the privilege to call such a fantastic, closely contested game so far.
Yeah, absolutely. And again, another shout out to LRSD TV, who is putting this on. Packed house here at the Investors Group Athletic Center. Whoever wins this, whether it's Selkirk or Steinbach, I'm not sure what's going to happen to the roof on this place because it is loud in here. We got lots of noise. We're surrounded, Adam. Final four, there's no one on our side, but here tonight, we are right in the middle of it all.
Yeah, it's just an infectious environment, and we see this Steinbach crowd. They are really getting into it here as this fifth set approaches. As Steinbach, they're a volleyball community, Cam. They know the situation that their team is in. Their girls program is trying to put their first 4A title on the wall for the Sabres. Now on the flip side, the Royals, they are very well represented here as well. That is a culture very familiar to winning in the Selkirk community. I just love this storyline right now. All the fans are into it. These are programs that are very familiar with volleyball. This should be a very entertaining fifth set coming up.
Scary to think, Adam, too, when you look at the Steinbach program. We're here at the Varsity Girls Final, JV girls winning this year, and then the grade 9 girls also showing very well. They got a lot of years ahead of them. A lot of good volleyball coming. Well, we're just about ready to go here. Both teams on the floor. High fives all around. Let's get this started here. See who's going to turn out to be this year's champion.
It's going to be number 10 for the Steinbach Sabres. That's Kirsten Reimer. Sabres elect to go with the same server they left off with when the fourth set was won.
Pass is up there. Set goes in the middle to Andres for the first point. And Adam, by having Kirsten Reimer as the first server, you are also putting Sienna Dreger in position 4 and starting as well with Callie Andres in the middle and a front row center. Lots of good stuff available to Steinbach there in this rotation. Outside to Purvis off the top of the block. Outside, and Sienna Dreger hits the top of the block, and it goes out the back there.
That's a great swing there from Dreger as she uses the quick arm swing to catch the block on its way up, and that ball just propelled about 3 meters out the back of the court. That's an undiggable ball. Great swing from the Steinbach left side.
Steinbach strikes first. They're up 2-0. Pass out of the back row by Beasley, and that time Purvis elevates, but Steinbach able to keep it alive. So again, that push down the line. Sienna Dreger making her presence felt in this fifth set.
And this extended match, we're in 5 sets. That's 4 previous sets of intel for the coaches, and perhaps that was addressed by Coach Amy Taves saying, when in doubt, there's a spot open, and that's just it down the line.
Back row now. Carpenter, but is dug by Steinbach. Well, and Sienna Dreger is taking the Steinbach Sabres on her back here right now in this fifth set. Selkirk's going to call the first time out of this fifth set, trying to reset and respond 4-0. Steinbach out to a good start, but certainly lots left to go in this fifth set.
Yeah, you're exactly right, Cam. There is a lot of match to go here still. But the Royals, they need an answer for Sienna Dreger right now, and this is the reason why she was the #1 ranked player in the Winnipeg Free Press Girls Volleyball Top 10 is she has the ability to take over matches, and they've done a good job of containing her for the majority of the night. We'll see what kind of response and adjustment Selkirk makes coming out of this timeout, but ultimately they get the opportunity to pass and attack first, so they need to try and connect with their serve receive, as in my opinion, I think Jacobek would be a great option for them in the middle if they can get the pass.
Oh, and right now you have Catellia, Jacobek, and Purvis in the front row, so you have good offensive options. Let's see where they go. And they do try the middle shot, but not quite there. Connection's not quite there, but it's a good run. 5-0 Steinbach. Reimer keeps serving there. Outside to Purvis. Off the block and out. So that'll be a a Selkirk side out. So they're on the board.
Now we know how important this match has been to have the ball in your hands serving. That's when the runs have been coming. So it's great for Selkirk to side that ball out.
Good pass. They go middle. Not quite that time. Callie Andres not quite able to complete that sequence.
Just a bit of missed timing there, and I think that's perhaps a bit of the fatigue setting in. It's an extended match going 5 sets, and not to mention how emotional this game has been.
They serve deep down the line as they have been all night. Dig by Beasley, and now outside. A little bit far. Selkirk looking for a touch call, but they're not going to get it. I don't think I saw one there either. Callie Andres going back to serve. We saw her go on a run last set as well, so that's a tough serve again, but this time handled by Beasley. And the block comes. Isabel Voth. 7-2, we're 1 point away from the switch there.
Just great timing by the block, as really nowhere to go. That ball just a little bit low, not in Carpenter's full extension, and that serve is going to fall between Beasley and Catellier, and that is a sprint to 8 points for the Steinbach Sabres, as teams will now switch sides to close this one out.
Well, I don't know if you can hear it at home online or not, but this is the loudest gym I've been in for a while. This has been fun tonight already, and we're just getting started here in game 1 of 2. 5th set, close matches close sets all the way through. Couldn't ask for anything more.
Callie Andres now back to serve for Steinbach to see if she can grow that lead even more. Carpenter finds the block.
That is a very tough swing there from Megan Carpenter, but it executed to perfection as that ball was well off the net, but she's still able to see and attack the block to her advantage. Great side out for the Royals. We'll see if the substitute, Enz Demchuk, can put a few together and try and close this gap.
We have been excited there. It just goes out the back.
Timeout called by Selkirk.
That is the second and final timeout there for Coach Whiteside there on the Selkirk side. This is his last opportunity to control the pace of this 5th set, as it's been a quick one. Sabres racing out to a 9-3 lead here, and it's been some really consistent serving from the Sabres. It's had the Selkirk Royals on the ropes a little bit. But we've seen, you've said it already tonight, Cam, no lead is safe. So if the Selkirk Royals can respond out of this timeout, try and get this point, their 4th, we'll see what they can do.
Well, you're looking at this, you looked at the girls on the Steinbach side, they're smiling, they can feel it, but they know, they've played against this team before, they know what's possible.
Important point here, 9-3 Steinbach. Serving setter Isabel Voth has been a great, powerful server as well. She has put Selkirk in trouble all night with her serve here. This time Beasley answers the call, back set to Purvis, and Voth makes the dig. A little bit of confusion there with the Menard, but that's going to stay on the Steinbach side, so Selkirk manages to get out of that rotation, which they needed to do to keep this going.
Definitely, and it gives them that different wrinkle. Perhaps this is what they need right now when Purvis goes to the back and they bring Freiter in to attack. Maybe that's the momentum change they can find.
Oh, what a serve by Purvis there. That looked like it was going to be going out, but it managed to stay in. Finds the side of the line.
Yeah, that
Jamie
ball.
Tays was wondering if it was on the outside of the antenna, because it did look like that, but the line judge was right there, made the call. That's a point for Selkirk.
Plays like that can really throw off your momentum, especially when you sort of get into a bit of a debate about was it the right call or not. As an athlete and as a coach in general, you need to put that aside, and I like that timeout from Coach Taves. It's going to be a quick one. We see them breaking it just 20 seconds in, but when you have kind of an iffy point not go your way, I like that timeout. Just settle things down. You're in a great spot regardless. On the flip side, Selkirk, they can feel that momentum tipping their way a little bit, and that is just a little bit of light, a little bit of confidence can go a really long way.
They know that door only needs to open just a little bit, and they can take care of the rest, and so I think they're feeling that right now as well. Turen, Leclerc, and Drieger in the front row for Steinbach. Goes to the same spot, executes almost the same serve, but Steinbach able to keep it alive. Outside to Carpenter. Carpenter scores. Important point for Selkirk.
Great spot on the court there from Megan Carpenter. She just chops that ball high into the seam, catching the position 6 defense, needing to make a big move. Fantastic run here for Selkirk. That's 3 in a row, now just trailing 9-6.
Continues to serve down the line, but Reimer does a good job on that one. Drieger with the attack, blocked, kept alive though, tight ball, Turen able to sit that one over. Not quite able to execute on the third attack as Catelier, and Steinbach will get the ball. 10-6 here in this 5th set.
We're starting to see that urgency kick in for both teams. Lots of defensive engagement and extended rallies. Expect more of that as we keep going here in this 5th.
Served by Drieger, but well handled there by Catelier. Back row attack by Carpenter.
That's a fantastic execution from the Royal side. Incredibly difficult serve handled by Catelier, and once again, that's just one of those servers you need to break on the first attempt, and tactically speaking for Selkirk, that puts Drieger in the back row.
Tough serve to Menard. Outside to Reimer, who roll shots down the line. Carpenter puts over the free ball. Reimer, as she has done all night, finds her spot and scores for Steinbach.
You can see it in Kirsten Reimer's approach. She's going into every attack with a shot in mind, and she's hitting it more often than not with success. Clutch swing there from Kirsten Reimer.
Kate Penner now into serve. Drops it short. Good serve. Catelier puts it over. Turen on the right side with a good attack. They go back to go in the back row. Block. Callie Andres. Solo block in the middle on the pipe set.
Huge play there from Andres as she stays with her responsibility. She takes the middle of the court, and even though it's a back row attack, she's on time. That's 12-7 now, the Sabres lead, but that serve just a little bit wide. The Royals, they get out of that one the easy way.
Yeah, she didn't miss by much there. Kate Penner's done a great job going in, serving all match.
Marinowski, a dangerous server for the Selkirk side. They trail by 4, 12-8.
And there we see it. Ace. Tough serve. She puts over under pressure.
No shortage of confidence from the Selkirk side. They are still celebrating points. And I think Coach Amy Taves sees what we see here in the broadcast booth. She sees that confidence, not missing a beat for the Selkirk Royals. She wants to take her last time out, and that's it. Both coaches, timeout banks are empty. We're just going to see these athletes battle it out from here on out.
Yeah, now you have no more cards to play as a coach, I guess, unless you're making some substitutions. But call the timeout, let Marinowski think about the serve a little bit, and then stand back. Watch this set in.
Now this set is going the distance. It just makes for an even more electrifying environment as we see the green of the Vincent Massey Trojans, the yellow of the Dakota Lancers filter in. We got to be pushing nearly 2,000 people in this building, Cam, and what a fun match it has been. It's going to be Nevaeh Marinowski starting things back up for the Royals.
Good serve. Treacher's able to keep that up and play outside to Reimer. Reimer goes off the block and out. Crafty hit once again, and that's going to bring the ball back on this side. Turen back to serve. The biggest attack we've seen from Jacobek tonight there. Up high, hits the position 2. Good run by Selkirk.
Yeah, they're happy to have Jacobek in the front row. She's been incredibly productive, both from the attack and the block, and you can see that attack kill has brought her to life. She has that different competitive spark to her right now. We'll see what they can do as they still trail by 3.
I'd like to go to the middle. Andres tip to 4, and Purvis is going to roll shot. It just hits the top of the tape down the line. And right now, Adam, for Selkirk, you have Bravo Bernier serving, who's a top server. And then you have Jacobek, Catelier, and Purvis in the front row for Selkirk. That's a good situation when you're looking from a Selkirk perspective. Tight pass, joust at the net. We're not going to go away easily. We have a 1-point game here.
Are we surprised at all that this has turned into a 1-point set late in it, Cam?
No, we're not. We got a ways to go to 24 all though still. Free ball, very short. Well placed though, outside. Catelier takes a swing. Off the Steinbach block and out. We got a tie game.
That ball had to take the longest path to get out of bounds and use the block, and the dramatic, you could hear a pin drop in this gym as that ball went across the tape, and the explosion of the blue crowd.
Coach Amy Tay saying keep your heads up here and stay in it. Andres in the middle, handcuffs the defense in the back row, and that gives a possible set point to Steinbach here as they're up 14-13.
Great rotation for Selkirk. They've got 3 attack options.
Outside to Purvis, put to position 4, big dig here, and outside to Sienna. Off the block and out, Steinbach wins!
What a finish for the Steinbach Sabres. And who else but Sienna Dreger to pick up that huge kill to seal the deal for her Sabres side. Not only that, she picked up that dig off the tip from Purvis as well. The sequence from
the Sabres, and I have to say, what an amazing game. What do you think was your best rotation tonight?
Our best rotation, I think, is probably when number 6 and 8 and 9 are front row together. So,
What were some things that you could improve for next time?
I'd say our service heat was a little shaky at times, but the girls pushed through, so.
How will you train the team to be even better for next year?
You know, right now I think we're just going to focus on this, and then we'll take that as it comes.
Thank you. I will pass it on to our co-host with the team MVP once announced.
Well, as the here, we're going to turn it down to the floor announcer here right away.
Return to your seats.
Hugs, though. What an exciting night. What an exciting match. Ups and downs, and look at different times. Both teams were going to win this match. We saw a little bit of everything in there, Adam, tonight, as it should be. And right now, it's tough. I've been in that situation myself as a player, and know what it's like. But you know, they're going to look back at tonight, and they're going to be able to look at it with their heads up. Selkirk played an excellent match to a player, so congratulations to them, and of course to Steinbach as well. Both teams, fantastic job tonight.
Yeah, just to echo that, Cam. You have to be proud as a Selkirk Royal for the accomplishment. This is the hardest game to get to in your season. You made it the distance, you made it the final, and despite not getting the result you want, a 15-13 loss in the fifth set is still such a respectable effort throughout your entire season. And the way they played, the resiliency they showed, the two sets that they did won were 26-25.
Manitoba Hydro. We'd like to welcome our awards presenters, Jessica Wieland, marketing for Boston Pizza on Birchwood, and Jarrett Long, MHSAA president. To begin tonight's awards, we'd like to recognize this year's Players' Choice Award. Selected by the athletes participating in the championship, this year, the players have chosen from Collège Jean Sauvé, Regan Aiken. Now, this year's All-Star team. From CJS, Anna Philpin Butler. From Vincent Massey, Brandon, Mackenzie Lyburn. From Steinbach Regional Secondary School, Isabella Voth. Also from SRSS, Callie Anderson. From Selkirk, Carly Catelier. And also from Selkirk, Megan Carpenter. This year's 4A Most Valuable Player, Sienna Dreger. Congratulations to our individual award winners. Now, please. Now it's time to present the awards to our teams. If we could ask the following players to please come up and accept their silver medals.
Congratulations to this huge win. What were the key elements to this victory?
I think we just took it one game at a time, 1 point at a time. We lent on each other, no stress. We didn't want to play in fear. We knew there was a lot of good teams out there, so we'd have to take it one game at a time.
Who do you want to thank for this victory?
Oh, just teammates, coaches, everybody, like parents, everyone has an influence. Everyone contributes, whether you're on the bench or on the court. Like our competition, like it was just a great season.
Thank you so much and congratulations!
Thank you.
Bierling. Number 10, Victoria McPherson. Number 11, Carly Catelier. Number 12, Megan Carpenter. Number 14, Nevaeh Marinowski. Number 15, Caitlin Beasley. Number 16, Kennedy Carey. Number 17, Alyssa Cador. Number 18, Danica Jacobek. And number 24, Paige Bravo Bernier. Congratulations also to the coaching staff, assistant coach Kyla Anderson. Shauna Whiteside. Jamie Fisher. And head coach Chad Whiteside. And if we could get the team captains to come up and accept their MHSAA finalist banner. Congratulations to the Selkirk Royals. Now, if we could ask the following players to come up and accept their championship t-shirts and medals. Number 1, Talisa Minar. Number 2, Kate Penner. Number 3, Madison Weeb-Gay. Number 4, Gabriella Peters. Number 5, Olive Fast. Number 6, Sienna Dreger. Number 7, Grace LeClaire. Number 8, Isabel Voth. Number 9, Callie Andres. Number 10, Kirsten Turin. Number 12, Eliza Villanueva. Number 13, Kelsey Craker. Number 14, Hazel Picklick. And number 15, Acacia Brown. Coaching staff includes Jonathan David. Also on the assistant coaching list, Mickey Sorchuk. And Carson Peters. Steinbach's coach, Amy Taves. Now, if we could ask the captains of the Sabres to come up and accept their championship banner. Congratulations once again to the Sabres. Thank you to both teams. Coming up next, the boys' final featuring the Vincent Massey Trojans and the Dakota Lancers.
Congratulations to the Steinbach Sabre for winning the Quad A Volleyball Championships. If you'd like to watch more sports or interested in the broadcast media program or simply have any questions, you can go to our website at LRSD TV. Thank you for watching, and I've been your host, Geneva Devine.